Alright guys, so we are kind of getting to the roundup of this project here with the traditional Stratocaster guitar that I have here. And basically, we've gone through and we set this guitar up. We have adjusted the pickup height, we have adjusted the truss rod, we've adjusted the action, and we've also adjusted, the saddles, the individual saddles to match the radius of the fingerboard here. The nut up here really, it doesn't require any further work because it's not too low, given that I have used this guitar for more than 10 years. It's still holding up quite nicely, so it doesn't need a replacement, and it's not too low yet, so I can continue using it. It feels nice because it's, I haven't adjusted this nut or the height of the strings here at the first fret, but it's really pleasing to play, so I won't change that. The tremolo is basically just decked up against the body. I don't really use it, and it just helps the instrument here for me to be in tune, and since I don't use the trem block or the trem system, I have no desire to do so. But right now we are basically going to set the intonation here for this guitar, and I got my trusty Polytune right here with me, so you should be able to see it. And when we have to adjust the intonation, we have to, you can do it on your bench as well with the guitar basically laying down like this, but you can encounter some, if you have a neck rest that you haven't supported in, you can kind of, experience some inconsistencies because, gravity will pull a little bit on the neck and, basically, make it hard to get an accurate read out of it. So I like to do it in playing position right here on, sitting in a good chair and on my knee here and in playing position. I also like to, set the pickup selector on, whatever guitar it is. I like to set it in the middle. I believe that I read that somewhere, but we're going to set it there, and we have a nice output. We have our precise tuner down here. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the high E string here. We're going to check for if it's in tune, and it's a little bit sharp, so we just tune it up. And we are in tune, so I can play the open harmonic. Seems good. I can play the fretted note at the 12th fret. And it might be a little sharp. So I will have to move the saddle back a little bit. So I have a Phillips screwdriver, and I will just take it down here and just give it a little turn. Basically turning it to, the right here, because righty tighty, lefty loosey. So we check the tuning again, tune it up to pitch. Check the open harmonic, and we check the fretted note at the 12th fret. Still a little bit sharp, so we give it another adjustment. No problem there. Still have a little bit going on. Take it back a little more. Tune it to pitch again. Check the harmonic. Still, but we have room to work with, so we can take it back a little further, and we should be there soon. Yeah, and right there you can see on the tuner that we are intonated on the high E string. So we move on to the B string here, making sure that we have it in tune. Check the open harmonic, check the 12th fret. So this is quite a bit sharp, so we take our, screwdriver again and adjust it back. We're going to give it a couple of turns and we're going to tune it. Going to check it again. So we're getting closer. So we just take it back a little further. Basically tune it again. Check the 12th fret. We still have a little bit going on. We take it back. So we're almost there, and this is just this is a process of going back and forth, and it's just it's just about taking your time and getting it right, because intonation problems might not be something that you hear when you play on your own, but when you get into a band situation, you will easily start to hear it. So we'll check it again. It's in tune. I would say we're there for the B string. Let's move on to the G string here. Check the harmonic. Alright, check the fretted 12th fret. Quite a bit sharp again. So we'll have to take this one back also. And you can basically go and preset the intonation if you like to, and it is mentioned on I believe it's on the Fender webpage, where they have a section about how you can preset the intonation before you put the strings on. And basically what you do is that you take a tape measure and you measure from the inside of the nut. So you basically measure from inside up here at the nut, take the tape measure, and given that the scale length of your guitar, this is 25.50. So from inside the nut, and you run it down here to the saddle, to the high E string saddle, and you basically want that measurement, 25.50. You basically want that to be somewhere in the middle of the saddle, or at least close to. From there you can go to the B string saddle and adjust it back from the E string with the gauge of the string. So with the high E string adjusted, we would basically take point 13,000 for the B string and adjust it that amount back. We would do the same thing for the G string, so 17,000 we would adjust it back from the B string, and the D string here, the 4th string, we would basically line up parallel with the B string, and the remaining A and low E string would be adjusted back with their gauges, so 36,000 and 46,000. And you can do that without the strings on, basically just allowing you to rough the intonation in, so you have a minimal amount of work when you do the intonation. I didn't do this on this guitar, but I could have done it, and it would have gotten the intonation closer. But you can try it out and see. You can basically try it out for yourself and just see what what it basically does, because it's quite easy. So we check again here at 12th fret, and we're almost there. I'm going to give you a close-up afterwards, guys, on the saddles and the way they are basically positioned down here, because this is a general, placement that you can always dial in if you want to rough in the intonation, and you basically want to do it without the tape measure, or if you don't have a tape measure. So let's check it here. And we are basically there on the G string, so it took a little longer there, but I've adjusted the saddles to a middle point, all of the saddles, and as I said, I could have roughed it in with the tape measure, so it took me a little while to get it back to where it's supposed to be. So let's check the G string here and see what's going on. And it needs to come back a little bit, and this is basically what you will see when you adjust the saddles, when you adjust them to a middle position in order to get a good starting point. And I believe that you don't have to put them in the middle if you checked the intonation with the strings on before you went and worked on it. It would probably be the same place. But for guitars where I look at the bridge and see that some of the saddles are pushed way back on Les Pauls, for example, I would basically take all the saddles and just readjust them back to the middle of the guitar bridge and basically give it a new intonation starting point, because if the saddles are pushed all the way back, you are probably doing that because you can't get the intonation right. And the D string is intonated here. So it depends. You can do a lot of things for the intonation, but it will also depend on the guitar. So the A string here is a little sharp as well. So we will adjust it a little back and see what we've got. Still needs to come back a little more. So I hope this, will help some of you out with the intonation, and basically, give you an understanding on what the intonation basically is and what it does, and why it's important to do it. Still have a little bit. I might just see what happens. Still need to give it a little more back. But it's no problem, we have the space to do so. So we'll check it again here. And we're basically there on the A string as well. Moving to the last string here. Let's check it and see. Also a little sharp there. So we know the drill. Just going to adjust it back. And we'll check it. Still a little bit. So do a couple of turns. And we're starting to get there, but as I said, it's kind of, you know, it's a balance of going back and forth. So check it here and see. We are close. Maybe half a turn will do it. And okay, maybe a little more. Quarter of a turn this time. And we'll see. And we are there. So we go back, we check the tuning on the strings. They're good. We can play some chords. It sounds good. Sounds really good to me. Let's just recheck. Basically everything is set and it's good here, guys. So we have basically, you know, adjusted the guitar to perfection, and we have now intonated. So this guitar is more than ready to go out and play some more. So, you know, this was a quick little series here again, and I plan on doing some more videos about this because I like to work on guitars, and I hope for someone out there that it's helpful and they get some, you know, information and tips out of watching my videos. So I will cut it here, guys. We've been at it for quite some time, but you know, intonation is important, and it's a, you know, it's a key factor to get it right and get it down on any guitar that you're playing and you're using, you know, for live purposes or for recording purposes for that matter as well. But before I do, let's just, you know, take a close up here on the bridge. You can basically see that the saddles are set in a certain position, and you know, if we take it down here, you basically see that some of the saddles are a little further forward and some of them are a little further back, and things are basically lined up as I explained. So, you know, you can always go on the internet and check for, you know, saddle adjustments and things, but, you know, we get them somewhere close to this or something similar. And if you choose, you know, to use the tape measure method, where you place it inside the knot down to the high E string saddle and measure out and use the string gauges from there to basically rough in the intonation. I can also leave a link in the description if you're interested in that. Yeah, but let's cut it here, guys, and we now have a guitar that's ready to play. So thanks for watching as always, and comment, share, subscribe, and feel free to contact me if you need any, help or have questions that you would like me to answer. Yeah, I will be back with videos soon, guys, so I will see you then, and have a good one. Bye now.